Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we're on board this beautiful 2023 Sunseeker Manhattan 55. She's in great condition. She's got the all-important gyro, stunning interior, and join me in this video for a full tour. So let's go. So what better place to start on the Manhattan 55 than right here on the transom. We're out here in October in Mallorca. It's beautiful weather and what a place to be. We've just launched the tender, so the tender that Nathan's actually filming from was on the platform a minute ago. And stay tuned because later in the video we're actually going to recover that tender and you can see how we do it, so keep watching for that. But here on the transom we've obviously got the high-low platform, we've got the tender chocks. Here behind me we've got the lift up shower, so you can see here the water pump's on. I can actually do that without getting too wet, but that works really well as a shower, but you've also got a bit of storage in there. Now, one of the things I wanted to do in today's video is just show you a real boat. This is being used by the owners in Mallorca and they've used it for the season, so hopefully it's quite interesting as a buyer just to see how an owner might use their boat. But in this case they've got hose pipes, they've got brushes, that type of thing in there. If I shut that, stronger than I am today. Here we've got the beach club arrangements. If I give that a pull, here we've got the electric griddle. So a really nice feature on the 55 is the option to have the wet bar feature. So you've got the electric griddle, little chopping plate here, couple of places to put some glasses or cans of beer, bottles of beer, whatever it might be. And then beneath me here, we have a seat. Now we haven't got the cushion on because we've just been running, but you can put a cushion on there. Below me there, you've got the window back into the crew cabin. Now this particular boat also has the optional crew cab fit out. Now, in reality, most people on 55s don't tend to use the crew cabin for crew. However, it works well as an occasional cabin for an extra guest, or indeed a great storage feature. And we'll cut to some B-roll footage of that now. And you'll see in the crew cabin, you've got a single berth with a separate WC and combined shower. And of course, the all-important washer dryer, which on a boat like this, where you're spending longer periods on board, is really, really important. You've got access both up on the port and starboard side. So if I just open that crew door, because that was a bit of a cheat, I'd actually already been in there, hadn't I? But you've got access to the aft cockpit from the both port and starboard side. So whichever side you are moored to or whatever, then you can actually gain access into the boat from both sides. I think at that, Nathan, you better get back on the boat because we're going to need you on the boat now to do the rest of it. So we'll cut for a second and we'll get Nathan back on the boat, and then I think we'll go up and have a look at the Flybridge. Before we actually head up to the Flybridge, whilst we're this way to the sun, I'm going to take you up on the bow and show you the bow. Before we do that, let's talk about access. So as I mentioned, you've got port and starboard access from the platform. Walking up now the port side, I've got a handrail all the way up here. You've got the Manhattan 55 logo just behind me. But just look how easy it is to get up forward. Really chunky stainless, nice wide side decks, huge windows, which you've heard about me talk about those before, obviously. But once you're up on the foredeck, and again, this is somebody's boat. This is for sale. This could be you. You could be out here in October in Mallorca doing this. Nathan, pan the camera around, look at that water. We're anchored in a couple of meters of water there, and just look at the clarity. A few other lucky people out here enjoying the weather, and I'm sure you'll agree, what a place to be. But once you're up on the foredeck, it shows you on camera just how this space can be used. Yes, it's warm, but it's not too hot. But this area works really well for just relaxing. You've got wraparound seating, as you can see. The table can fold down to make a sun pad if you want it to. But this is another really key feature of the 55 and what makes it such a popular boat. Here we've got the anchor gear. Now this boat has been upgraded to the ultramarine anchor by the current owner, essential for out here when manoeuvring and mooring out in the Mediterranean or anchoring. Obviously very easy to deploy the anchor. We've got the winch gear here underfoot, and this can be controlled either from the lower helm, the upper helm, or indeed these deck switches. So makes anchoring really as straightforward as possible. Decent sized cleats as well. So these are all points which I think are just noteworthy to mention to somebody that might be looking at buying one of these. And as per the port side, super easy to navigate. And as I get a bit further back here, I've got an additional grab rail up high, which the owner's fitted, and that just gives you that extra bit of confidence in this zone here. But once you jump down in here, I can then quickly get up onto the Flybridge. And once you're up here, this is yet another huge entertaining space, and I think that's what makes this Manhattan 55 so unique in the marketplace. For the size of boat, the value, you just don't get another boat that offers this amount of space. Once you're up here, you've got this huge seating on the port side forward of the Flybridge, fitted with this really comfortable seating, deep cushions, very comfortable. You've got storage underneath here, so as we all know with boats, there's so much to store on board. See, we've just got the Simrad screens on there, but if you wanted to keep life jackets or extra coats for the day, or shorts, we're in the med, I can't say coats, sorry, I can't say coats, it just gives you that bit of flexibility. Another really key feature on board the Manhattan 55 is this sun pad in the front of the helm. And I can just imagine, you know, going on longer trips, this boat's been used. This season they've been over to Ibiza, and what a great place. Imagine sat up here, cruising, great view forward, you're with your guests, you're with your skipper, and actually this works really well, as I'm sure you'd agree. All in lovely condition, as you'd expect. She's only just had over a season's use, so just a testament to how much the owner loves it. He actually already wants to go and buy a bigger one, so thumbs up to that. If I just venture back down here, you'll see we've got the teak floor on the Flybridge, so that is an extra, and it's a really nice extra to have. Just makes this space so much more tactile. Upper helm, which is, let's face it, where you're going to do most of your driving. Everything you'd imagine. Now, you've seen me talk about helm stations before, and Sunseekers, I think, do them probably better than anybody else, I have to say that. You've got twin Simrad screens here. So you can see here, you've got the latest technology. We haven't actually got a data card in that one today, but you can see we're zoomed in on there. The boat's got autopilot, so it's all networked together. Now, if you're looking at a boat of this level, you're going to understand this system as well as I do, but it does everything you possibly need. You can see here, we can go back to the home page. We've got radar, we've got the Sunseeker software on here to be able to monitor. It's loading up, and there we go. So you can actually monitor the boat systems on here, battery levels, that type of thing. We've also got proportional bow and stern thrusters. I love these, as you know, I've spoken about those before. Such a great addition to any boat, these variable speed thrusters. And then we've got the actual engine controls here. Of course, we've got the Sunseeker magic emblem that always stays level, and then down here on the port side we've got lots of switch gear there as well for controlling things like the anchor, like we just discussed. The helm seats have got a bolster, so if you want to sit down then you can, but if you want to raise that, then you obviously can, and you've got great visibility. So we've got good vis forward, a great visibility obviously starboard side, but I can also look through that rear hatch and I can see that starboard rear quarter very easily. Moving to the aft of the Flybridge, we've got yet another seating group section. You'll note behind we've got a bimini. Now this was upgraded to a hydraulic bimini. So at the push of a button, which is somewhere, he says, actually it's on the helm on this one, you can actually push a button and that will lift up. Now it's in its winter state at the moment, so it's packed away for the winter, but in the summer that's a really nice extra to have. Fold out table here, so teak table, which unfolds, offering huge amounts of dining capability up here. Life raft storage in there, so great to see a canister life raft. And of course, what Flybridge would be a Flybridge without a wet bar? So up here we've got a really nice size sink with a hot and cold tap and a nice sort of hidden drain there in the corner. You can if you wanted to. Now don't forget, you've got the griddle on this boat on the rear, on the platform, but if you wanted to, you could fit another griddle here. And up on the underneath here, you've got an ice maker. So yeah, not been used this trip, and then you've got another fridge as well. So you've got lots of cooling and refrigeration options on board this boat, and that continues downstairs. So keep watching, because we're going to now shoot down below and go and look at the aft cockpit and the main accommodation space. So we're in the process of recovering the tender, and I promised earlier on in the video I would show you how this works. So what we're doing at the moment is just lowering the platform. So you can see now that the platform's gone right into the water, probably just over knee depth. And there's a long painter there on the tender, and the owner of the boat, he's got shorts on, so he's going to nominate, I haven't got shorts on today, he's going to nominate to go in, and he actually needs to spin this tender around a 180, so she'll actually be lifted on with the bow over to the port side. So you can see here, he'll manhandle it round, and that platform gives a really sturdy place to do that. You see the chocks that we saw earlier on in the video are just there, so we'll just bring the tender around now. Somebody on the buttons just put the rod down. Let's try and avoid getting wet shorts. And what we'll do now is that will come forward, and Mark has no doubt done this numerous times over the season, so we'll know where to. So Mark's just giving a shout to the person on the buttons to recover it. So important here just to make sure that no one's feet are in the way. You can see now that tender's coming up. Really powerful hydraulic system. And it just goes to show you how easy that is. I mean, that's literally, I mean, I've been filming for 1 minute and 16 seconds and it's up almost. Quick, strap it down and then the boat's ready to run again. It's surprising when you're filming this Manhattan 55, how many different areas there are to show you. So we've come from the Flybridge, we're now in the aft cockpit. It's been a long day, so excuse for any slurs, but this is another fantastic space. I keep saying fantastic space, whatever, but it really is. So you can see the particular owners of this boat like the privacy screen. So we had this made for them, so we call this the privacy screen. Great when you're in the marina because it just stops everybody staring into the boat. Also gives you some shade around this section of seating. We've dressed this afternoon for the filming. A couple of cushions out here. You've got your teak unfolding table there, which allows you to use this space for dining or just relaxing. You've got the same upholstery that we saw up on the Flybridge, same detailing there. But I just love these bar stools. Now, this is such a great feature on this boat. You've got the flip over bar top. So you can see here, we've got the window down, the bar top open, bar stools. What a great place to sit and have a beer. And hopefully it won't be too long till we have a beer. I think I can say that. At the push of a button, I can push this button up and you can enclose the space. You get a real sense of quality with these doors. And with that door raised, it's great because you can obviously cool that space. But let's get it back down because it looks nice for the filming. The sun is starting to go down here, so we're going to get a lot of glare through those screens. So hopefully, Nathan, the camera can deal with it. In fact, I've so much glare, I might have to put my sunglasses on in a minute. But in the saloon, those huge windows, as I always talk about, let all that natural light in. And if we just pan the camera around, there's a gentleman over there in a kayak, just kayaking along, relaxing. But it just gives you the ability to be in here and really feel like you're outside. Aft galley, another really popular feature on the Manhattan 55. So the aft galley arrangement, great for preparing food when you've got guests on board, because you can obviously, you're involved with the action. You can have guests up here, guests in the aft cockpit. To serve those guests, you've got 4, yes, that's correct, 4 drawer fridges. Now on this particular Manhattan 55, this was an upgraded fridge freezer that can be selected either to be a freezer or a fridge. And lots of Manhattan 55s haven't got that, so a nice feature. And then you've got another 2 here as well. So a really nice setup. Some storage hidden here. Oh, plastic glasses, thankfully, hidden there. Again, just going back to show you how a real life owner uses the boat. So we've got some glassware in there. We've got USB charging here, both USB old fashioned as I call it, and USB-C. And then we've got a UK style plug and a European. So great for prepping a breakfast area, cooker, a toaster, kettle, that type of thing. Now, if I just swap places with Nathan, up into the upper saloon, you've got a portside dining seating group section with this lovely table with the stainless inlays. I don't know what to say about that view, but imagine just sat there working, having dinner, having breakfast, looking through that view. Absolutely super. You've got the air conditioning ducts mounted above there, so just, you know, again, not too in your face. They're just sort of letting that lovely cool air drift down into the saloon. Now, if we turn around here on the starboard side, we've got the fixed television. Now, some Manhattan 55s have the rise and fall section. This has the fixed television. Now, a nice feature of that is you get this footstool. Now, this footstool is great for joining people at the table, but also extra storage. So that works really well. And if you don't want it here, you can actually spin it around and it slots back into that hole there. We had a quick break in our filming there because we've upped anchor and we're heading back into Porto Valenza. So Captain is upstairs driving us in, and whilst he's doing that, I'm down here at the lower helm. So good opportunity to show you some of the equipment down here. We've got the 2 Simrad MFDs. You can see here the port side screen. We've got our position. You can see motoring into Porto Valenza. Starboard side here, we've got the engine data screen. So we've got 7 knots going along, 2 meters of water. And then we're just ticking over basically 800 RPM into the marina. But a really nice layout. I've got great visibility forward. Of course, most of the time here in the Mediterranean, you're going to drive this boat up top. But for longer passages, then this helm works really well. I've mentioned a couple of times, I think, in the video that this boat has a gyro. So the gyro control is mounted down here on the starboard side. So you can access the gyro there. You've got a Simrad DSC radio and electric window here at the helm as well. Just going back to the screens, you can actually control your Seakeeper from the screens as well. So it's networked through the screens. We hadn't had the Seakeeper on today because, to be quite honest, we didn't need it. Down here we've got the boat's monitoring system. This boat does have the second black water tank, so that's an important feature to mention. She's got the iPad because the whole boat is rigged with Sonos, so if you don't have Sonos on your phone, which is unlikely, or Spotify on your phone unlikely, then the boat comes with an iPad mini, so you can do that. So all in all, a very, very suitable helm space. So yeah, I think next thing, we'll get back into the marina and we'll show you the accommodation. Okay, we are now back in the marina and it's time to show you the accommodation. Below decks on board this Manhattan 55, we have 3 cabins. Starboard side, we have a twin. Now, boats of this size often have a Pullman, so it's a really nice sales feature of the 55 Manhattan to have this twin arrangement. 2 decent sized single berths there with a decent amount of hanging wardrobe space as well. Full AV pack on this boat, so we've got televisions and Sonos in all the cabins. We've got the Dometic AC whirring away there, keeping all this space lovely and cool. And it's just the level of lighting in here, so the lighting in it works so well. You've got different themes you can have on the lighting. It's on maximum at the moment. You have a port side day heads, so in here we have a countertop mounted sink. Excuse any flickering of the lights, it's just something that happens to do with the LED lights and the GoPro. Electric flush WC there, and just look at the veneer on this boat, absolutely magnificent. It really works well. Behind me here we have the master cabin. Now the owners are on board with us today, so they've kindly rearranged the boat for us and it looks fantastic, I'm sure you'll agree. But full beam, great head height in this cabin, there really is as well. So if I just step down that small step here, I mean there's ample head height. Huge television there forward of the bed with full soundbar. Chaise longue there on the starboard side, and then behind me we have storage on the port side as well. Those huge hull windows that you'd have seen and those opening shots of the boat letting lots of natural light, not so much now because we're in the marina, but they work well. See here we've got even more storage there by the door. And then this of course has its own ensuite. Again, excuse that flickering. For some reason it really is worse in the bathrooms than it is in any other space on the boat. But they're not flickering in real life, I assure you. And then through here we have the forward cabin. The forward cabin has got this large, double, centrally positioned in the room. Great head height carried all the way forward. You can see that lovely LED light detailing in here as well. So you've got the soft, subtle lights hidden up here in the pelmets. There's actually storage in all of these top locker boxes, and then you've got even a drawer hidden in there which works well. But for a forward VIP, this is a fantastic space. Not quite sure how many times I've said fantastic in this video, but I'm sure someone might mention it in the comments. Have you been adding it up? Let me know. Television in here as well, and then this has access into the day heads as it's en suite. So if I just shut that door back there, you've got then this acting as an ensuite for the forward master, and that's a really good size heads compartment which works well with that Jack and Jill door arrangement. Look at the lighting, I mean it's getting darker here by the minute, and just look how nice that lighting looks. It really does set the mood down here. Feels premium. Lots of contrast of materials in here as well, different headboard materials, scatter cushions, bed coverings, that type of thing. So yeah, I think let's head back up now. Well, a couple more things to show you and we'll be off. I couldn't finish this video without showing the engine room. So it's pretty warm in here because we've been out running today. But you can see here we've got these Volvo D13-800s, and these can push the boat up to speeds of 30 knots when she's got a clean bum. But you'll see here great space to work in the engine room as well. So we've got the freshwater or hot water tank I should say on the port side. It's very warm in here. The gyro is mounted centrally, and then because of the gyro, the generator is actually then mounted up on these stilts there. Fire suppression system, and then just squeezing back down here, you've got even more storage on the starboard side. You can see some of the hydraulic packs there for the steering and for the trim tab system. But it's all nicely labelled, and of course this is where a lot of the Sunseeker engineering is seen, here in the engine room. And a nice place to be if you like engine rooms, that's for sure. So I think it's about time we start heading out now to back outside the boat in a cooler space and get this video signed off. I couldn't finish this video anywhere else other than just cruising back into the marina in Pollenza. I'm sure you'll agree this is a superb boat that's got lots of lovely extras on board, including the all-important gyro, the hydraulic bimini, the high-low platform, the crew cab fit out. For somebody looking for a free cabin, med-based boat, this really does tick all the boxes. I'd love to hear from you. Please do contact me for more information. Don't forget, this boat's still under warranty from the Sunseeker factory, so get in contact. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you again very soon.